How's everybody doing today? This is Noah with The Life of the Zigs, and on today's video we're going to be checking out this quick hitch made by Country Pro and installing it on my subcompact tractor. So let's get started. Alright, so to start off, first I want to say this is my first quick hitch I've ever owned. And I've only owned the tractor for, well, a couple months now. So I don't know much about these quick hitches. I know how they're supposed to function. However, I have no comparison to other quick hitches. So this is really going to be an unbiased review of this one. First thing I want to mention is I bought this from Tractor Supply. It was on sale for $160. Normally it's $200, which right now I just looked and that's what it's retailed at, is $200. So if you can get your hands on that deal, I definitely would. For $160, I thought this was a great deal compared to some of the other ones I was seeing online and their prices. When it came to shipping, it was free, no extra charge. I think with tax, I paid $170 in total. This is exactly how this hitch came shipped to me. The label is right on the side here. It wasn't in any boxes or anything like that, and everything was wrapped up in this bag. With that being said, this thing is heavy. It's 81 pounds according to the spec sheet, and you can definitely feel that 81 pounds. Now, let's open this bag of goodies that it has taped to it. So this is actually Velcroed in place, which is kind of nice. I probably won't leave it hanging there, but it's kind of cool it comes with that bag. In the bag here, it has a couple bushings that it comes with. And this is, again, another reason why I like this. As you can see, these things are beefy. And these bushings right here are meant to go in these holes. The reason they have these included is for whatever reason, whenever someone decided to make category 1, category 2, category 3 quick hitches, they said, well, even though this is a category 1 hitch, I'm going to use a category 2 hole size for the pins. I don't know why. I don't know if that's entirely true. Please correct me if I'm wrong. However, that's why they have these category 2 bushings to slide over your category 1 pins that stick out. It also has these 2 pins. I'm really not too sure what they're for. Maybe they're meant to slide into the holes here to help hold these in place. I'm not too sure. However, I'm going to use a regular pin so that I can take these on and off with the different implements I have. Now, looking at the hitch itself, it's fairly self-explanatory. To insert an implement, you need to flip these handles up, which in return pushes the arm in so that you have an open slot here so the pin can drop into. Same with the other side. They're a little stiff, but not too bad. Once everything's open, you can back your tractor up, lift it up, and get your implement on here, and then flip these down. Another thing I liked about this quick hitch right here compared to others is it does have the option to allow for like a bush hog attachment and such, which needs this piece right here. Again, I don't really know what it's called, but it allows for movement in the bush hog, which a bush hog needs. Another nice thing with this product is it has a nice big hook which can be adjusted up and down by loosening the 2 bolts here. I do know some people have upgraded these and taken the bolts out and put pins in. Maybe I'll do that if I need to move this up and down a lot, but for now this works fine. Now, let's install it on the tractor. So you can't see my face right now, however, I want to show you guys a closer shot of this. You need to take these pins out and then pull this out. And you need to do the same thing to the other side. Now that those pins are out, you can actually pick this up and put it in place here. Another thing you need to do is take this top pin out as well. So like I said, this thing is extremely heavy. It's 80 pounds, it weighs a lot. I should be able to do this by myself. It may be a little awkward at times, but once it's on, it's gonna stay on. I'm gonna set my pins up on top of the tractor so I got easier reach. I'm gonna work smarter, not harder, and I'm gonna lower the hitch. I'm gonna take some 2x4s and set the one side up on it. Now that one side's up, should be able to pretty easily slide it through just like that. Take your pin and slide it on. I need to widen these out, so I'm going to extend the linkages a bit. That's pretty good. All right, that side's on, now slap your pin in. Before I get too crazy, I'm gonna raise this up just a bit. All right, this is raised up now. While holding this in place, take the arm here, And like I said, I'm gonna just leave this on, but you can take it off if you want. So right now, just like any other implement, I got a lot of sway in here and I gotta take out that slack and tighten it up. Shaking the whole tractor right now, and this is not moving. Now that this is installed, technically it's ready to go and get implements attached. The first implement I have is just a little trailer ball hookup. Nothing crazy, but I just wanna slap it on here and just see how it sits. So as you can see, if I did set this on there, I'm like barely touching on the sides right now, and the hook itself needs to come up. Now I put the bushings on, and the bushings let it fit in there perfectly. Again though, the hook still needs to come up. Before I do that though and raise the hook, I wanna go to my implement I have outside, which is a blade, and I wanna see how it fits with the blade before I move anything. So let's go do that. All right guys, so I'm having trouble trying to hook this up. This is gonna have to move up and down for various attachments. Instead of using the bolts, I just went to Tractor Supply and got a Country Line bent hitch pin. This one is 1/2 inch in diameter and has 3 inches of usable length. I'll show you guys right here. There's the part number. I'll also make sure to link this down in the description below. You need 2 of them because there's 2 bolts in it, so I'm gonna remove this other bolt and I'm gonna use these. These are really snug, you kinda gotta wedge them in. All right, so I'm gonna take the first one, I'm gonna put it in. I already slid it in once. It is very snug to slide in, which is what you want. However, now I'm slid in, and I'll push that pin on, and now it's not going anywhere. And that's what you want, and it'll be really easy to move this up and down whenever you need to. So I'm gonna take this other bolt out and put the other pin in. All right, so take your other pin and slide it in. Again, with the tag, it is very snug and the tag will actually rip off. Rip away some of that paper as you slide it in. Slide it in again. All right, so I'm gonna slide this pin in here to make sure it won't slide out. And now we're good. So as you guys can see, it says minimal wobble. It can go left and right a bit because this isn't compressed, but that's perfectly fine. Can barely move up and down. That's what you want. You don't want a lot of movement. And I think this is gonna work out a lot better than having to take these bolts out every time I need to move this up and down. The other thing I got while I was at Tractor Supply was category 2 to category 3 bushings. I already have category 1 to category 2 bushings on here. I'm gonna slap these on there because as you can see, those fit perfectly in there. So there'll be barely any movement, which especially with a piece of equipment like this that gets drug around and really beat up, I don't want a lot of movement in here so this doesn't wear out as much. So I'm gonna slap these on real quick. And as you can see, it just slides right over the category 2. And the nice thing with these right here is I can take them off real easily if I need to. So let's hook this up. All right guys, so as you can see, that slipped right in there. I did have to jiggle it slightly when I walked back around and then it slid into place. However, that's not that big of a deal. I mean, what did it take me, 30 seconds to a minute to back up and engage it, whereas it used to probably take me 5 to 10 minutes to change something out. This is gonna make my life a whole lot easier. I'm super excited to use this and be able to have the versatility to be able to change things out so quickly. One thing I do want to show you is, again, minimal movement. This thing is solid on there. Yes, it'll bounce around a little bit, maybe a little more than if it was attached to the tractor itself. However, in the time that this will save you, it's totally worth it. I'm excited to use this, like I said. With that being said though, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned a little bit about this category 1 hitch. Most of the hitches are so similar, however, everything is a little different. This is what works for me. It may not work for you. I definitely recommend upgrading this to have those pins that slide in and out instead of the bolts so that you can move that up and down easy. But with that being said, guys, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Have a good rest of your day.